Hello friends, all the top 5 leagues have finally started. Write in the comments which one is your favorite and like this video as we start covering the top news of yesterday. Turkish center-back Murray Demiral has left Atalanta for Al Ahly for 18 million euros. He signed a 3-year deal. Montpellier's star striker Elliot Panicco, who attracted interest from Chelsea, joins Lens for 35 million. This is the most expensive transfer in the club's history. Tottenham legend Hugo Lloris turned down a move to Lazio because he did not want to compete for a place in the starting lineup with Ivan Provedel. Alexander Mitrovic is an Al Hilal player. For the Serbian striker, Fulham received 50 million euros. He signed a 3-year deal. Alvaro Odriozola was not included in the squad for the match against Almeria due to his departure to Real Sociedad, his native club. Galatasaray have announced the signing of Hakim Ziyech on loan with an option to buy. Porto's key midfielder Otavio joins Al Nassr for 60 million euros. The Brazilian will sign a 5-year contract. Here we go. Stuttgart center-back Kostas Mavropanos has left Stuttgart and will soon undergo a medical before his 19 million plus bonuses transferred to West Ham. Ruslan Malinovsky moved from Marseille to Genoa on a season-long loan with a 10 million euros buy option. Mohamed Salah has surpassed Steven Gerrard in Premier League goals, 187 versus 186. The Egyptian thus moved to 5th place on Liverpool's all-time scoring list. Arsenal left-back Nuno Tavares has cancelled his transfer to Nottingham Forest. The Portuguese has other options to continue his career. Milan has started negotiations with Bayer Leverkusen on the transfer of Iranian forward Sardar Azmoun. Rossoneri have already agreed the terms with the player. The Japanese midfielder Wataru Endo, who joined Liverpool just the day before yesterday, made his debut versus Bournemouth yesterday. He came on in a 63rd minute replacing Cody Gakpo. Juventus are considering selling Moise Kean this summer. Milan were reported to be interested in him. Manchester United wants to sign a 1-year deal with experienced defender Johnny Evans, who has been training with the team for a month. Marcel Sabitzer, Rami Bensebaini and Felix Nmecha played their first Bundesliga games for Borussia Dortmund against Köln. Luis Diaz's goal against Bournemouth was Liverpool's 350th at Anfield under Jurgen Klopp. Chelsea and PSG are in the running for Lyon attacker Bradley Barcola. PSG are at a more advanced stage of negotiations. Sergio Arribas's goal for Almeria, 2 minutes 22 seconds into the match, became the earliest conceded by Real Madrid in an away La Liga game since January 2015. Juventus will not offer 35 million euros for Domenico Berardi, which Sassuolo wants to receive. The club is ready to offer 20 million plus one of their players. Young Pep Matar Sarr scored his debut goal for Tottenham. He opened the scoring in a match against Man United. Inter CEO Marotta confirms Pavard, Delon. We're still negotiating with Bayern. Player's will is crucial and he wants to join Inter. Bayern need a replacement to let him leave. This is the issue. But talks are ongoing. For the first time in his career, Napoli captain Giovanni Di Lorenzo made 2 assists in 1 game. Trent Alexander-Arnold failed to finish the match against Bournemouth due to an ankle injury. It was his 200th Premier League game for Liverpool. Yesterday, Jude Bellingham and his brother Job both scored twice on the same day for the first time in their careers. Jude scored twice for Real Madrid against Almeria, while Job scored for Sunderland against Rotherham. Al Hilal organized an epic presentation of Neymar with a drone show. It happened before the game against Al Fayha. Betis striker Juanmi joined Al Riyadh on loan. Ten Hag confirms Juan de Beek and Williams could leave. We need players totally with their hands in our team. It's obvious they're looking for something else. After the deal with Santos for Marcos Leonardo collapsed, Roma asked Leeds about Willy Gnonto, who wants to leave and asked to be sold. PSG midfielder Marco Verratti has agreed terms with Al Hilal and Al Ahly, but PSG has not yet reached an agreement with any of the Arabian clubs. Bayer have almost agreed to loan Bayern Munich's versatile defender Josip Stanisic. The deal will include a buyout option. Liverpool fans honored the memory of Everton fan Michael Jones, who died during the construction of the Toffee's new arena. They started applauding in the 26th minute of the match against Bournemouth, singing "You'll Never Walk Alone." West Ham are considering a loan deal with an option to buy for Chelsea striker Romelu Lukaku. Yesterday was a very busy football day. Leo Messi is the most decorated football player in history. Inter Miami won their first ever trophy, and Messi won his 44th one. In a game against Nashville, Leo opened the scoring with a great shot from outside the penalty area, but Nashville equalized in the 57th minute. The penalty shootout lasted so long that it even reached the goalkeepers, where Elliot Panicco made a mistake. Liverpool had a very difficult start to the game against Bournemouth, as Semenyo managed to open the scoring in the 3rd minute. But before the break, Klopp's team got back into the game. First, Luis Diaz scored a magic goal, followed by Mohamed Salah finishing the job on a rebound after a missed penalty. The game was put to an end by Diogo Jota, who hit the ball into the goal after a great shot by Dominic Szoboszlai was denied by Neto. Liverpool finished the game with 10 men after McAllister was sent off. Man United completely failed on Tottenham's pitch. The first half was an even game. Then after the break, the Londoners demolished the opponent. In the first minutes of the second half, Pep Matar Sarr ended a chaotic attack with a goal, and in the 83rd minute, Lisandro Martinez cut the ball into his own net. Man City got another win in economy mode. Despite Newcastle's great resistance, everything was decided by a great long-range shot by Julian Alvarez. Jude Bellingham makes Real Madrid fans fall in love with him. After scoring against Athletic, the Englishman made 2+1 in a game against Almeria. However, Almeria took the lead in the 3rd minute thanks to a header by Sergio Arribas. But Bellingham first scored from a few meters from goal and then headed the ball into the net. In the end, the Englishman also assisted Vinicius. Borussia Dortmund did not deserve to win against Köln, who created a huge number of chances in the second half. But in the 88th minute, Daniel Malen scored the winner following a corner. Inter outcast Monza thanks to a brace by Lautaro Martinez, while Marko Arnautovic made his debut assist. As for Napoli, Victor Osimhen scored twice, with Matteo Politano also on the score sheet. Yesterday, PSG let Kylian Mbappe play. The club's star even won a penalty kick and converted it, but then PSG still conceded from Abu Klal and lost points for the 2nd time in a row. And now to the main news of the release. Joao Cancelo's transfer from Manchester City to Barcelona is only a matter of time. The clubs have almost agreed on all the terms of the loan with an option to buy. It is known that the buyout option will be worth more than 30 million euros, and if the player participates in 70% of the matches, it will become mandatory. The clubs are currently preparing the final documents for the deal, and an official announcement is expected in the middle of next week. As a reminder, Cancelo played the second half of last season on loan for Bayern Munich. Pep Guardiola is no longer banking on the former Inter and Valencia defender. Eintracht star Kolo Muani is getting closer to joining PSG. The French champions have already agreed on the terms of a 5-year contract with the French national team striker. Negotiations with the club from Frankfurt are in an early stage, but this should not be a problem. Eintracht is expected to ask 70 million euros for Kolo Muani. PSG only need to agree on the structure of the deal. Kolo Muani's move could mean preparing for Kylian Mbappe's departure. Manchester City's center-back Aymeric Laporte has accepted an offer from Al Nassr of Arabia. The Spanish national team player agreed on the terms of a 3-year contract, while the English champions will receive 25 million euros for their player. Laporte will earn 15 million euros per season, and last season Laporte dropped out of Manchester City's first team, playing only 12 games in the Premier League. And after Joško Guardiola's transfer, he lost his chances for game time. Athletic Bilbao wanted to bring Laporte back, but the La Liga club could not afford the transfer. Qatari representatives have already arrived in Paris to discuss the extension of Kylian Mbappe's contract with his representatives. Qatar is optimistic about Kylian's renewal, but if he does not renew, they will demand that the player say so clearly and publicly. If Kylian does not agree to their terms, the transfer fee to Real Madrid or another club will be 250 million euros. Instead, the PSG community claims that Real Madrid will make their move in the last days of the summer, and that Mbappe's transfer to Madrid is a matter of time. Friends, watch videos from our other projects. Enjoy your viewing. Thank you and have a great weekend.